It's Halloween, folks.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, it's October 31st. Of course, we are at the CNN Center. I'm TJ Holmes. Glad you could be here.
Looking scary as ever. Good morning,
That's how you want to start with me?
Well, I was referring to myself as well.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Betty Nguyen. It's 6 a.m. in Atlanta, 3 a.m. in Las Vegas, where they are probably still celebrating the pre-Halloween parties. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Are there any moments that really stand out where you say, this is a soul that I remember and wonder what happened?
Yeah.
Tell me one.
I don't want to. I'll cry. There are so many. There's a kid. My first trip, I met a kid at a transit center who had a gunshot wound, and he was. They just somehow they decided that he wasn't an emergency because there were so few hospital facilities that he was just put back in the camp, and he was just like he was about 10 or 11.
This is Africa?
This is Africa, yeah, and in Sierra Leone, and he just. I can't explain it. He was a healthy kid about a year before that. He'd gotten shot, and then he started to lose the ability to move his legs. And so he was moving them with his hands. And but it was just that everybody would come running to see what they could do, and everybody was talking about this new kid that had arrived in the transit center and what to do. And I don't want to talk about it. And I asked what would have happened to him, or what's happened to him, or what could be done, and found out that they said he was probably just going to die because of the reality of how many people were in that situation. And it was my first experience, and I thought, well, we should fly him out of here, we should do something, we should get him hospital care, and realizing that this is one kid in thousands, and you can't do that, really. It doesn't work that way. So he would die, and he was alone, and he was really scared, and he was just a kid.
You believe, did you hear any more about him?
He died.
When you hear
a bouncer, or I think everybody is aware that you're and now I heard you're shooting a documentary about bouncers, or a show, rather.
I'm doing a show called The Ropes, which is an homage to my years as bouncing, but it's set in a contemporary setting. Really cool.
You're using real bouncers in the show.
I'm using real bouncers in the show. I'm also using incredible actors like Aaron Cummings. You know who Aaron Cummings is?
Is he working with Geronimo?
It's a girl, no. Who is this guy? Seriously. You know I'm not the normal guest out here, guys. Anything can happen.
Yes, of course, Aaron's the best.
Erin Cummings, she is amazing.
Is she?
She's the star of the show.
Oh, she is? Is she like a bouncer herself?
She's a door woman.
She's a door woman. They don't call them bounceresses or anything like that?
No, she's like a maitre d'. She's the one that lets you in.
I see, I got you. It's really, I was thinking about this today because like certain bouncers, a lot of bouncers have gone on to become famous movie stars. It's not necessarily such a terrible thing to do beforehand.
It's not a bad thing to do.
Mr. T was a bouncer.
See?
A lot of the, I think, big, strong, muscular guys naturally worked as bouncers.
Here's how it goes. When you're acting in New York, you have to do something to sustain your life, right? And I was never really the waiter type. You follow me?
I see what you're saying.
So, because I
Here's your food.
Bing! And because I wasn't so servile in that way, I had to find another gig, and I moonlighted at night, and I was a bouncer at night.